Presentation Sisters came about, I suppose, in response to a need, and I suppose we have to go back a couple of hundred years ago, the 18th century, and really it was the vision of one woman, Nano Nagle, and Nano would have seen a time in Ireland there was great poverty, the oppression of the people, and Nano, I suppose, really felt that she could do something about that, and began, saw that the children, the poverty of the people and the degradation, and in response to that need, she began to open schools. And I suppose the congregation came because she wanted that work to continue into the future. And in order for the work to continue, she gathered around her a group of women, and so began the Presentation Congregation. 3 women, and Nano began Christmas Eve in 1775.
I am very happy to belong to an international congregation who are following a daring visionary. This daringness continues to inspire me in my day-to-day life, and I am enriched with the diversity of the culture in our congregation.
For me, it means to be a prophetic voice in the world, to be a woman who is guided by the principles in the Gospels and inspired by the Spirit of Nano, to live out for the poor, especially the marginalized, the war of creation, to embrace that spirit of Nano and live for justice, for love and for compassion to the whole world.
I joined the Presentation Sisters after I was thinking about religious life, and it was after I read the story of Nano Nagle, and it was her who inspired me to become a Presentation Sister. The reason I actually still really love being a Presentation Sister is because we have community together, we pray together, and also we have a mission that includes especially working with those who are made poor, and for me that's part of the reason why.
I love being a Presentation Sister. I love everything about the way of life. I'm really learning a lot about what it means to be in an international congregation, and it's just more than I ever expected.
To be a Presentation Sister for me is a privilege, it's a blessing. For me it's an opportunity to be a person of hope, of joy, and to be a bearer of that, like Mary, of good news, of joy and of hope to a people, and to a broken people especially.
Well, it was the most wonderful day. We had waited for 30 years for the word to come through, and eventually Pope Francis declared her to be venerable. And that meant she was a woman of heroic virtue. Heroic in the sense of having stuck with her vision all the years of trying to give a better life to the poor children and the disadvantaged in Cork. And virtue in the sense that she did it for the love of God. So that was a wonderful day.
When Nano was declared venerable, it really brought a joy to our unit, and we rejoice because we are the daughters of Nano and carrying her lantern of love, compassion and joy to the people made poor.
We sisters know for a long, long time that Nano is a saint, but when she was declared venerable, we knew now that she was shared publicly with the Universal Church. Her mission, her spirit, her spirituality it belongs to everyone now, and everyone could look to her as a model and of course a source of encouragement.
When Nano was declared venerable, it meant a grace-filled moment for me, and the feeling that my heart was on fire, that everybody was excited at that moment, and the whole world really rejoiced when she was declared venerable, and all the people in our unit really enjoyed the good news for us.
Nano's declaration as venerable is about the affirmation of the excluded. If I were to ask one thing, as somebody who's been privileged, really been lucky to spend most of my life either in South America, working with people who are excluded, vulnerable, poor, and here at home in Ireland with migrants. I also work with 2 centres with prisoners, people who've been in trouble with the justice system. They're the forgotten people. And that's what Nana gave her life to. And I think it's very interesting that it's Pope Francis who has made that decision, somebody who is from the Argentines, and somebody who has been in touch all his life, was a migrant himself, his parents rather. So for me, it's about the validation, the affirmation of the importance of those who are excluded in society.
Nano experienced all the difficulties that people today are experiencing, like financial distress and ill health and loneliness. So her life is really very applicable to today's circumstances.
One of the greatest needs, I believe, at this present time is the need to maybe bring ourselves to the people, sharing our own lives, our relationship with God, our belief in Jesus, to bring that to people and together with the people to maybe share that great thirst that's deep in the heart of every human being. I believe today many people are thirsting, many people are searching, we ourselves are searching. We ourselves often wonder, where is God in all this big complex world? And I think we have maybe a kind of a call today to respond to that deep spiritual thirst.